I'm Miranda Capps, and this is January 31st, 2016 at Victory Baptist Church. As most of you know, I'm taking classes through Western Carolina University to complete my teaching degree, and my professor gave us an assignment this week to tell about an object that represents us. Obviously I'm a lady, so I was very indecisive about what object to use. But I wanted something that represented my values and morals and my family. So I chose my Proverbs 31 canvas, and that speaks of the virtuous woman. Before I tell you about how that represents me, I want to give you a little bit of history. I was saved when I was 9 years old, and that inspires me to live for God, and that's my values and my morals and how I live my life daily. As a Christian lady, I try to be respectful of people and love people and show them Christ. So when I was 18 years old, I was praying for God to send me a godly man that loved Him and enjoyed church like I did. And my husband Jason and I met through a mutual friend at the mall. He chased down a pen and asked for my phone number, and we had made plans to go out the next week. Well, he called me 5 times the next day. We went out that night, and most people don't believe in love at first sight, but it's not necessarily love at first sight. But I do believe he was an answer to my prayers. He asked me to marry him on our 4th date, and we've been together for 17 years. And there's not a doubt in my mind that God didn't send him to me. After we got married, we began to pray for children. And there was a time where we didn't think we were going to be able to have children. And it took God placing us here at Victory Baptist Church before He answered that prayer. And we have 4 beautiful and healthy children now. And that's another answer to prayer for us. And now getting back to Proverbs 31 and how that represents me. Like I said, that's the virtuous woman, and it talks about her value being far above rubies. She's valuable to her family. She's loyal and trustworthy, and she's honorable. She looketh well to the ways of her household. She provideth for her husband. She's his helpmate. She inspires him to do what's right. She does what's right. And that's the type of mother and wife that I want to be. I want to be that helpmate for my husband. I want to be that person that he can talk to whenever he has a hard day at work. Or I want him to be inspired by me giving him words of encouragement. And for my children, I want to be that mother that is the example that leads them to Christ. I want to bring them to church and have that foundation of Christ in our lives. And it talks about the virtuous woman being trustworthy. I don't want my husband to ever have to worry about unfaithfulness, or I want him to know that I'm trustworthy and that I love him and I love my family, and everything I do is inspired by my family. I know I come short many times of being the Christian most of all, and I've failed many times at being the mother and wife that I need to be, but that is my inspiration, and that's my goal. And